Welcome back, everybody, to the Nevin Shapiro Show. I'm Mike Tirado. I'm here with Nevin Shapiro. And today is our 75th episode. We appreciate you guys so much for sticking around all this time since the very beginning. Thank you so much. If you guys are not subscribed to the show, please click that subscribe button. We're about to give you the Louisville preview going into Friday night. 2 weekends in a row, Miami's not playing on a Saturday. It's a little weird, but we're going into Friday night, and we're going to break down everything from offense and defense. So please subscribe before we get into the action. Before we do, we are sponsored by K2 Water Hydration. I will have it linked in the description below. We'll use code NEVIN10 to get your discount. Some of the best hydration formula you can get right now in South Florida. And we are also sponsored by Runner, which is an app that you can get in the App Store and in the Google Play Store. Go ahead and download that now. And without further ado, let's get into the action. All right, Nev. Miami Hurricanes are set to take on the Louisville Cardinals Friday night, Hard Rock. Louisville is 4-1 coming into this game. They lost a very tight game last week to Virginia. Really, only the reason they lost is because of turnovers. They had a scoop score and a pick six. I want to break this into segments, offensively, defensively. And every week we do these previews, I kind of watch film on the upcoming opponents and get into all their statistics. And this is not the team to overlook. As I watched more film on them, they got a lot of players that could be game changers in some aspects. Not that Miami doesn't have the talent. They definitely do. They're way more talented. It's just one of those sneaky Friday night games. Louisville has the number one defense in the ACC, which ranks 12th overall. And Miami only has 100 yards of more offense than they do through 5 games. So, we're going to just wanted to key on that before we jump into it. But let's jump into the offense. Louisville has 2,020 yards offensively. Miami has 2,140 through 5 games. Granted, Miami's, schedule has been much tougher. But what scares me the most is Miller Moss's experience and Isaac Brown's speed. Local South Florida kid. First, how do you feel about Miller Moss?
Before I get into Miller Moss, why don't I just get into Louisville right off the rip?
Okay, go ahead.
Let me talk about who their murderous roast schedule was. Eastern Kentucky, James Madison, Bowling Green. Okay, Mo, Larry, and Curly, right? 3 Stooges. They split with Pittsburgh. They were down 17-0 in the first quarter. I know, because Pittsburgh was a pick that we made. And then they lose at home to Virginia. So all that hype and talk about what they could be and what they may not be really doesn't incite me or excite me. I see us punishing this team. They're Swiss cheese. Now let's get into Miller Moss.
Okay, go ahead.
He came from USC, right? He's heralded. You got 4 guys, Mike. I mean, let's be real. You got 4 guys on Louisville. For the Miami fans, let me skip you looking through your guide and who's playing. You don't have to break out the guide. You got 4 guys. Miller Moss, number 7. Isaac Brown is number 1. Chris Bell, the receiver. He's tough. 0. And Colin Lacey, number 5. You got 4 guys. Everyone else, you don't even have to watch the field. That's it. Keon Miller Moss, if we get the rush going on him, it's going to be a long day at the OK Corral for that guy. Isaac Brown, he gave us fits last year. He's really good. We're just a different defense, Mike. Miami fans, just honestly, you heard what we said on the last show. Book your seats to Charlotte. We're going. We're going. Yeah. But I know this is a Louisville preview, so I'll stick to the script, even though we don't have a script. But listen, you have to respect Louisville in the sense that Jeff Brom's a really good offensive coach, right? And they've always been a pain in our ass, Louisville. I just don't think they're going to be a pain in the ass this time around. We are here, and I am confident in what we're bringing to the table. They've played nobody, and they got tested one time and got beat at home, Virginia.
Yeah.
And I'd make my comments about Virginia, but we have someone close to us, so I won't.
Well, only reason I was, bringing that up was because Louisville has those players that can become, it's that Friday night sneakiness.
And,
you know what I mean?
And I was waiting for you to, I know we're not there yet. You're going to ask me my 3 keys, because there's one.
No, we'll go to we're going to do that at the end. At the end of the show, we'll do that one. But,
But it ties into that.
It's okay. So yeah, that's, as we saw, Florida State is not the team we thought, right? But what happened was for Florida State's first loss, a Friday night game, Virginia.
It's got the sleepy trappings,
right? The sleepiness and like
Super
Miami
Bowl.
Every team we play now.
This is a Super Bowl for Louisville. They can
Everybody.
make their whole season.
Yep.
I mean, let's be real.
That
they can
is
make their whole season.
And I said on the last show, I think Miami is going to run the table as well. So I don't want the fan base to think that I'm predicting a loss. All I'm saying is every game we go into now, everybody's Super Bowl is that game.
You're right, Mike. By the way, have you checked the comments, or did they give you the seat back on the wagon?
A couple people gave me back the seat.
I'm just checking.
All right, so what do you think about this guy? Isaac Brown.
He's tough. Man.
4.3 speed. The guy's lightning, man.
Yeah, listen. His number says it all.
Number one, you love that number. I mean, Jesse Armstead.
You don't just get it if you can't ball.
Yeah, Cam Ward.
You can go on and on.
Yeah.
Right. So he could play, man. But I just think we're on autopilot, man. There's only one guy that could fuck this up for us. That's Mario Cristobal. I'm not kidding you, man. He's the only guy that could get in his own way. We're going undefeated. I stand on it. You know how I feel.
Yeah.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. We're going to be favored by double digits in every game going forward.
I told you that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
100%. Yeah, there's no way that the line's less than 10 on every game going forward.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Does Miami's resume look as good as you thought it was after seeing these most recent falls? Florida State going down against Pitt, Florida getting mugged again, even though they fought.
You know what's crazy about the committee is the committee cares about ranked wins. And that is what I don't agree with, because it doesn't necessarily mean that a team was good when you played them. Look at Alabama and Florida State. All of a sudden, they're heralding Florida State as this team.
Crazy, right?
And it's crazy. But everything I hear from the committee is Miami's the number one overall team because they have 3 ranked wins.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean
Would they be ranked wins today?
Right. So that's what doesn't sit well with me in that regard, because I think it fucks people late in the year when they're trying to get their spot in the playoff. Wait, but we beat these teams.
Right.
It's like, but that doesn't make any sense.
Even though I'm going to digress for a second, because this is something like this episode that we're going to do here, it's obviously going to be, we're going to do our Miami Louisville preview, but there's a lot of other college football I want to talk about. And I think we owe it to whoever watches our stuff.
Yeah.
I think
we could go on a tangent a little bit.
I think I'm qualified enough to speak on the rest of the State of the Union.
Sure.
As it relates to college football. And to your point, like Notre Dame's got 2 losses, but they're ranked 13. Like seriously, they're ranked 13? Now, I'm not saying they're not one of the 13 best teams, but they're ranked 13? It's crazy. They got 2 losses, and they were still in the top 25.
Yeah.
So you get credited for a good loss? A loss is a loss. Take the L. Get out of the way, right? Creep and climb and make your way back. At the end of the year, come back into the rankings.
Yeah.
But they have them ranked 13th. And so, to your point, there's so much parity in college football. And if you're a Miami fan, you should feel ecstatic. You should feel unbelievable. Because the way I see it, this is Ohio State and Miami's party.
It is.
Everybody else is murderer's row. In the SEC, I'm looking at the rankings. You got 4 teams in the top 10. Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, LSU. All 4 could be pretenders and gone. They're going to cancel each other out.
Yep.
Miami and Ohio State are on a collision course for a rematch. They're on a collision course.
They both
I don't
should have
see
first
it.
round
I
buys.
cannot see it not going that way.
Yeah.
But if you're a Miami fan, you've got to be ecstatic. And the reason why is because now with the way parity is in college football, like Georgia taking an L, even though they could have the other day, Georgia taking an L used to be like, oh, now they may take 2 or 3 of them like that. Right? Miami's not going to in that weak-ass conference. As long as Mario continues to recruit, even with his eyes closed, drop bags where they got to go,
Yeah.
Miami's in business.
Yep.
From here on out.
Yeah. You saw Larry Coker go to 2 national titles back to back with Butch Davis recruits,
and
he had no coaching
and no recruiting money.
Yeah, but no coaching. He wasn't a very good coach. He just had such incredible talent that it got him to where he needed to go. This is a similar situation. And like I said, the reason why Miami fans should feel good is because the committee is giving us credit for beating the teams we did when they were ranked, and that puts our resume at the top of college football.
There is no way. I mean, I'm saying it to you guys. You guys know how hard I've been critical on Mario for reasons that really don't have so much to do with day to day, but he's the only one that could fuck this up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going undefeated. They're going 12-0, and they're going to kick the shit out of whoever they play in the ACC championship, mind you. So they're going to be 13-0, and they're heading in on a collision course with Ohio State. They're a 1 seed or they're a 2 seed.
Right. There should be.
I don't see Ohio State losing. I just don't. I don't see them losing. Yeah. Michigan's not that. They're going to break this guy Underwood in pieces. Ohio State when they play him. Ohio State plays Penn State. I mean, they don't even have a coach now, which they're probably better off.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that for a second?
Yeah, I'm going to come into that in a few minutes. Because I have a whole coaching thing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. I apologize.
Yeah. I got my own little script in my head. So, someone was talking to me. So, anyway, I just think if you're a Miami fan, you got to be ecstatic, man. It's all in front of us. We're going to be 13-0, 1 or 2 seed, and we're good with that. Potentially 2 games at Hard Rock Stadium in the playoffs. How do you beat that? So that would be 10 home games for the year.
And if they make the national championship.
That's the 2.
Oh, that's the 2. Okay, yeah.
2 plus the 8 they're playing. 10 home games.
Yeah, that would be insane. That would be crazy. What kind of setup is that? If we thought it was set up last year with our schedule,
Listen, I wouldn't, if God forbid we were to lose, I wouldn't have to come in here and say a word. Would I? The fan base would do it for me.
Oh, they would eat this guy for lunch.
I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't say. I'd be like, Mike, here, go. You're talking to whatever. Just go on a live.
Put the middle finger over here.
Yeah. No, he's good till next week.
All right, so let's get back on track for a second. Then we can go on another tangent whenever you feel like you would like to.
Yeah.
So the number 1 target, obviously, we spoke about is Chris Bell. A really big target, 6'2", 220, very physical receiver. I saw him catch a lot of good 50-50 balls against Virginia. He looked really, really good. He had 135 yards and 10 catches against Pitt.
He's solid.
And 12 catches for 170 against Virginia. I mean, he killed Virginia's defense single-handedly. That was the only reason why Louisville was in that game, was because of him. So that's where I see the biggest challenge for Miami secondary and corners is Chris Bell. They're going to utilize this guy a lot. You're going to see number 0 being targeted more than 50% of the time when Miller Moss is throwing the ball.
As he should be.
Yeah. Yep. So that's...
Louisville, listen, Louisville is always... They're always going to bring some offensive weapons, specifically under Coach Brom. I happen to like him a lot as a coach, so I don't mean any disrespect towards Louisville. It's just we're just a much more talented team than they are.
Oh, by far.
And we're favored by 13, 14, whatever it is, and I would guess it would probably even be higher spread, if not for a Friday night lull. It's a lull. It's a lull factor.
Yes.
It's a sleep, and you could see it before the season. Just. It was laid out for you. The same way I saw Florida State, Virginia.
Yep.
Same setup.
And in years past, and I'm not saying this Miami team, in years past, Miami has been horrible coming off bye weeks. Bad.
And plus everyone told them how great they were.
Yep.
And, they're anointed. And that's why,
I've been saying it. I'm glad they're number 2. I do not want to take that number 1 spot yet.
Yeah.
Because it's too, we're number 1.
It's almost... You can't even ignore it, Mike.
Yeah.
Like, we're expected now. We are in the driver's seat. There is just so much parity in college football that everyone's left behind. And it's twofold. One, Miami is very, very talented. And the second thing is they play in a weak-ass ACC. So who's really going to challenge them?
Yeah.
Would Miami be undefeated today if they were in the SEC? Maybe through 5 games. but I couldn't see them going undefeated through an SEC schedule.
It's just so hard. And it's not even their fault. It's just that hard.
I mean, like, you look at Florida. They're a good example. I've picked on Billy Napier. His own fans have, but, like, he's a good guy. But, like, man, that guy's schedule is insane, bro. It's just it's who could survive that?
I agree.
Like,
it's
if
not
he
even
ends up
fair.
with a winning record this year, he should get a lifetime extension.
It's so brutal. I think I saw a stat. It's one of the hardest schedules in the last they play like 4 or 5 ranked teams in a row in the top
It's just
10.
there's
brutal.
just no break. Like, Oklahoma was number 5 going into this past week. They'll be unranked in 2 weeks because they got to. It's murderer's row. It's just when do you get when's your next scheduled date against another murderer?
Yep. And for an SEC team, that's why it was so impressive what Georgia did for so long with Kenyon and Kirby Smart, because now with this type of setup, you got to get lucky to be healthy in the playoffs because you're killing each other throughout the entire regular season.
Three prongs: conference realignment, NIL, and the transfer portal. It has made every team interchangeable, but a team like Miami can thrive in that landscape.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a weak conference. They are in South Florida, so they're going to get dudes always. Even if the bag wasn't right, they're going to get dudes.
Because the
transfer portal,
3 stars, a
the
5
transfer
star.
portal. Oh, you know what? We have a horrible secondary, like we did, minus O.J. Frederick. Let's go get a whole new secondary, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, if you're a Miami fan, you're buying stock.
This setup has helped Miami. It's way better than the BCS for what Miami was, what we were all a part of before this playoff system. It's set up. I knew when it first happened, I'm like, man, this actually could be helpful for Miami because of location and money. But location is number one. I agree. You're in South Florida. A 3 star's a 5 star.
This is a good time to buy your Miami stock.
Yeah, it is. I just want to go off on a quick tangent.
Shoot.
Your own tangent here.
Yeah.
How many times over the last month have I been shouting to the moon about Kirk Signetti? How much have I been on this guy?
Listen to me. If that guy if he had a fan club, you'd be the president.
I'm telling you, I've been saying it. This guy is unbelievable. He just wins.
Should we get into my
Let's
coaching?
do it. Let's do
coaching
it.
stuff.
Let's do it.
So, Penn State got rid of their ongoing problem, right? James Franklin. Don't pass the bag around for him. He's going to get $60 million as he exits, right? Matt Rule's going to replace him.
Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't even think there is a search. He's the guy. So that kills your Kirk Signetti. But here's the other programs that I see that are going to be changes forthcoming. Florida, I don't know how many times you can give Billy Napier the last rites, but they're coming. And Kirk Signetti would be a great coach for the University of Florida.
I would hate it, but it's true.
Okay. Does he? I don't know what his recruiting background is and what his area spots are, because that matters a lot. Mike Norvell, his seat is starting to warm up.
I think it's on fire.
He hasn't won an ACC game in over a year.
Yep.
He's 1-8 in his last 9, I believe, ACC matchups. Don't quote me.
I think he's 1-11.
Maybe.
Only 2 games they won last year was out of conference.
I see Kirk Signetti to either one of those programs could be huge. Jimbo Fisher as a return to FSU.
I saw that. I was like, ugh, I don't know about that. But
just throwing it out there.
I mean, it's not like out of the question.
Deion's not going there. Let's just say
no.
But like I see that getting very hot fast, and a fourth one, and I'm telling you, no one sees it yet, but I sort of do, and that's LSU. If Brian Kelly doesn't do some damage this year, he's going to.
I'm going to give you 2 coaches that will not be at their schools next year because they're good, not because they're bad.
Shoot.
Number one would be the obvious. Kirk Cignetti will not be at Indiana next year.
I think they're going to pay him a lot of money.
Chance.
I think they're going to never let that guy go and pay him a crazy amount of money.
I don't know if they have it. Indiana, I don't think they got the bag like that. It's a terrible location.
Never spend somebody else's money.
I'm not spending their money. I'm just saying their budget. I don't know if is because if Florida comes in and goes, bro, we're paying you $12 million a year. I don't know if freaking Indiana can come up with that. Okay. I'm just saying.
The other one?
The other one is Brent Key. I do not see him at Georgia Tech.
Are you stealing my thunder?
I don't think he's going to be at Georgia Tech. He's too good.
Guy, man.
I know. So I'm Kirk Cignetti. I know you're Brent Key. You've been big on him.
So I told our
you've been big on him.
I told our one of our partners in crime, Andy.
Yeah.
I thought Brent Key would be a great hire.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm going to give you that credit. You've been on him big, and I agree with you because he's too good for that program.
I could see a guy like Jeff Brom, who's at Louisville, become a Florida State guy, even though he's got Louisville. I don't know. You don't like to move somebody in until someone's out, but I think those four seats. But
you did initially say, and I agreed with you in this. You initially said Brent Key would be the best replacement for James Franklin at Penn State.
I did.
I think that could be a very good play. I think I think it's better than Matt Rule.
But the problem is, you got to know what's behind Matt Rule. Matt Rule he worked under the Penn State AD at Temple.
Yeah,
that's one. So they go back. Two, he played at Penn State. This is a dream job for him.
Sure.
Matt Rule's. There won't even be a search.
Listen.
I don't even think he's all that. That's what's crazy.
Listen, after you just went 5-0 on your picks this past week, I'm not saying anything. Whatever you've been saying is coming to pass.
I had to get pushed to that point, Mike. I had to get pushed to that point. You hate to stunt and talk shit, but sometimes you gotta.
Check out Nevin's picks on Brokey's Betters. He went 5-0 last week. If you guys are trying to make some cash, it was you hit them all on the head. Yeah. All right, let's get back into the action here with Miami. We'll wrap up with the defense for Louisville.
Okay.
You've laid out how weak their schedule has been. So naturally, they are leading the ACC in defense, and which ranks 12th overall. They're giving up 262 yards a game. Do you see Louisville's defense at all posing any threat to Miami's offense?
Mike, before I can even answer that question, I think this whole thing gets down to mindset. Mm-hmm. Let me jump ahead to what you would say, Nevin. 3 keys to victory.
It was coming.
I know. So, but I want it now. Now I can answer.
Go ahead.
This.
Go ahead.
It's a perfect segue. There's only one key for me.
Okay.
I don't even need 3. It's mindset, Mike. If Mario has them tuned in, they're going to run the ball at will on this team, and they're going to score. I could see Miami putting up very easily 34 points, 38, 30 plus on this team, right? I don't see this game as a real challenge. Mindset is the challenge, and that's the truth. They're so much better than this Louisville team. There's I'm making it easy for Mario. It's on you. You have the dogs. You don't have to do anything but have them right mentally. How you do that, I don't know. Figure it out. But that's it. Piss them off, get them upset during the week, bench somebody, do something, get a reaction. Make them pissed off. Do something. You know how like your girlfriend knows your buttons? Know your buttons.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's it, Mike. It's mindset. We're just a much better team than Louisville. Mm-hmm. Period. We're not looking for parachute excuses at this point. And that's going to go for Louisville. That's going to go for Stanford. That's going to go for SMU, NC State, Pittsburgh, and Virginia Tech. We're better than all of them. All of them.
By far.
All of them.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't waver.
Yeah,
this is it, man. This is Miami's year. Mm-hmm. If Miami's not in the national title game, if Miami is not ACC champion, I'm retracting. Making the ACC championship's not good enough at this point. Not with what I've seen talent-wise on our roster and what I've seen the ACC look like. ACC champions expected.
Yeah, there's no reason. There's not one team.
Final four games, really final, is the only thing that's acceptable. And that's really how I really, really feel. Miami is that much better than everybody else from a talent standpoint.
They really are. It's really the setup for them this year. With that first round bye too is huge. If you get that ACC win, it's so critical. So critical.
It's just mindset, Mike. Those are my keys. It's mindset. And I know I jumped ahead, but it answers your question about does the Louisville defense present the problem?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If our mind's right, it won't matter whose defense is good or not good. We didn't run great against Florida State.
No, but the game plan for Florida State switched on us,
and that's okay. Carson Beck fixed that.
Yep.
For them.
They said, "Listen, we're going to live at Carson Beck."
And you know what? And it was good to see, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Shannon Dawson opened it up. It was good to see, man. I'm really, really feeling good about us right now.
I'm going to give just quick 3 on mine. So I believe that we cannot let Isaac Brown get outside on us, outside the tackles. Force him inside. He's not a big back. He's that speed back. We cannot allow him to get outside. Harry. Right. Then the second key would be pressure on Miller Moss. Every time he was getting pressured against Virginia, he threw very errant throws. He threw a pick 6. So like you were saying earlier, like if we get pressure on him, I have not seen him respond well under pressure. He's not that Cam Ward elusive guy who's going to roll out and throw a nice ball. He gets flustered.
And he left USC for a reason.
Yeah.
Under a quarterback whisperer.
Right.
In Lincoln Riley. Right?
Yeah. So
go do a little deeper dive right on that one.
Yeah. And this is my biggest one. I expect a lead, stick to the game plan, and do not get conservative. This is a game to make a statement. Miami, late game, has been conservative when they have a lead. We've had a lead in every game going into the fourth quarter. And the conservativeness has what allowed most of these teams to claw their way back into the game.
Everyone but USF did.
Yep. And Miami, for this game, I expect them to have a lead going into the fourth or midway through the third. They should have a lead. They should not be down. And we need to keep the game. It's not even putting the foot on the pedal. It's sticking to your game plan. All of a sudden, the game plan just switches.
We should win by 17 plus.
Easily. That's my biggest key. Don't get conservative when you have a lead, and you should have a lead.
Yeah.
A big one. Double digits going into the fourth quarter lead would not shock me. I don't think it should shock anybody. So,
Agreed.
Just keep your foot on the pedal. That's it for me. Anything else, Nev?
Yeah, I have now. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Now we're done with the preview.
Now we're done with the preview. You can talk about whatever you like.
Yeah, great. So I want to go into some of our previous commentary, and I'd like to address, some of the comments that we've gotten. Most of them really positive, right? We're past like the hate stage, and it's leveled out the way it's supposed to be. So I wanted to I wanted to defend my statements with regards to my position on Miami not going and recruiting 5-star quarterbacks or 4 and 5-star quarterbacks. So, when you drop the clips, it doesn't really always take you through my whole entire mindset. It just hits that point. Darian Coleman, from everything I hear, is going to be an incredible college quarterback. I'm a fan of his. From what I hear, he's a bit undersized, but my point wasn't about him. It was in general, Mario's 2-0 in the portal. But I've read a lot of the comments. You've shared them with me. And I don't, everyone's entitled to have their opinion. I just see Mario has been money in the portal. He's 2-0.
Yep.
And he hit big twice. I just like that theory better than going and recruiting. Can this guy Coleman be incredible? He may be a Heisman Trophy winner, potentially. Luke Nickel, maybe he is as well. I just say when you have veterans at skill set positions and you're going to bring an offensive lineman the way Mario and Alex Mirabal do, why not just segue into a guy that is already game tested and ready? That was my only point on that.
Right.
That's my only point. No knock whatsoever on Darian Coleman. The kid, from everything I hear, is amazing. Right? And same with Luke Nickel. Maybe he's going to be amazing too. I don't know. So mine's more of a theory than it is about an individual. Okay, next. Your thoughts about Austin Simmons potentially landing at the U?
I like it. I think that Austin you know, we've interviewed him, you know, we've had him on, you know, you guys have interviewed him on another show, but I interviewed him at a camp, and he's got such a strong arm.
He's projected
He's lefty.
to be. He's projected to be one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks coming out if he was able to come out this year.
Mm-hmm. I think
but his injury derailed him. So what about the possibility? Because I can't see him sticking around.
Here, what I love about him is that he has no more school left. He's already graduated
At 19.
at 19 years
I'm
old.
56 and I haven't graduated.
So what that tells me is he has all day to focus on football. And that's huge because, you know, mentally, when you're having to worry about school and tests and bullshit that doesn't, you know, pertain to football, you know, it could derail you in certain aspects, and especially the quarterback position is so important.
And I mention him as an example to what I'm saying. Why wouldn't you want a guy who is in his 3rd year training under Lane Kiffin, who is, for all intents and purposes, a quarterback guru?
I think it's going to be one of Miami's highest options next year. Trying to think of, a lot of people have said,
and there's
Fernando Mendoza to Miami next year because he's got ties to Mario. His
wouldn't
dad
that have happened already?
Probably, I
Right?
think, but you know, he wasn't as he's really broken out this year under Kirk Cignetti.
Yeah.
And his dad went to high school with Mario, so that's where they're seeing the connection. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just pointing that out.
So here's another one. JoJo Trader.
He's gone. He's gone.
I think if maybe Austin Simmons becomes the guy here, he doesn't go.
Potentially, just depends on who Miami keeps bringing in, because they keep bringing in transfers that overshadow these guys every year. We didn't know about C.J. Daniels and Keelan Marion.
And for this oversensitive fan base that thinks we're looking for things to pick on, things are amazing in the now.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you can't talk about other situations that are going to arise or have already arisen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's gone for sure. I don't see him staying. He's, I think, too upset right now.
Maybe
with
they
the
bring
situation.
His boy Bailey from NC State over.
That would be one reason he would stay. I agree with that. Yeah. Bailey, I think, is I was going to say the top 2 choices for Miami, or if you want to add Mendoza in 3.
Should I excite the Miami fan base?
You're already going to drop these nuggets on him?
Stick around.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's things in the background. Just know, you know. There's
try to get away, Mike.
They pull me back in. It's like the Sopranos, baby.
We have a special guest here today.
We do. Very special. Very. You could shout her out if you'd like. It's your guess.
My girl Kelly Greer.
Yes.
A fan of ours. She came in from out of town. She loves our show.
Mm-hmm.
So we made it happen for her.
Yep. We're starting to have some supporters join our show now. Our show's growing.
What about, so we have all these guests that want to come through, whatever it is, but I've been like pushing it off because like we're in the middle of the season. So like, do you guys want to see guests? I'll let your comments dictate that. There's people that are ready to come.
Okay.
I mean, you know the deal. So
yeah, I think they do. They always ask for, every time we have someone on, they're like, hey, bring this guy on or bring that guy on. So
I mean, and I mix it up, man. I don't just
we bring old school, new school. You know, that Ja'Cory one was great. You know, bringing in more of like your time. You know, so guys, if you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. I'll have everything for the 3,000 subs this week on our pages, Instagram and TikTok. And of course, as always, we'll catch you on the next one.